Hello and welcome. It's a super Sunday, and the roads in Chennai and all over India would be filled with blue shirts. Well, it's India taking against Australia today at MH Chidambaram Stadium, and we have got a lot to talk about. This Shubman Gill, is he going to play? Is he not going to play? That remains a question. We are a few minutes away from the toss, and it's going to be very interesting to see what decision the team winning the toss, the captain winning the toss, perhaps comes up with, whether they'll bat first or bowl first. Because Chennai traditionally, well, the result speaks for themselves. 16 out of 24 games that have been played here have been won by the team that has won the toss, and out of which 14 were won by the team who batted first after winning the toss, and six or perhaps eight by the team who batted second. So numbers speak for themselves because it's going to be a win the toss and bat first kind of a wicket. We'll have to wait and see for another 15-20 minutes if Rohit Sharma wins the toss, what's the playing 11 he's going to play, and what he decides. To discuss more on this, I have Praneeth and Shravanan with me. We will discuss at length what could be the strategy for Team India going into this game, the first game of the tournament, always a crucial for both the sides. They would want to definitely win this one and get those two crucial points and get their campaign up and running. Praneeth and Shravanan, let me start with Praneeth today. Praneeth, what do you think? Is Shubman Gill playing? That's a big question to begin with.
So I feel that like we talked, right, like the issue Shubman Gill has, it is not gonna get resolved overnight. What I feel from what I feel that Rohit Sharma and Rahul Dravid are doing is they are not revealing their cards early. Like 3 days ago, if they revealed that Ishan Kishan would be opening, Australia would be ready with that. So I feel Rohit Sharma and Rahul Dravid are looking from that angle, and they are just stalling it by saying, what, the recovery is going well, and there's a chance that he could play. We are not ruling it out yet. So I feel that's the perspective. But for me, uh, as much as I hope that Shubman Gill plays, but we need him in the later half of the tournament. So it's better to, sacrifice him as of now rather than, rushing him and playing this game.
So is it going to be a straight swap for you? Shubman Gill goes out, sits out perhaps, and Ishan Kishan comes back in the squad and
Comes
takes
back in
that
the
number one
right.
position and opens with Rohit Sharma, right?
That's the straightforward thing, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And also,
Shravana, sorry, go on.
it could be a blessing in disguise as well. Like you know, initially, if Mitchell Stark is bowling those in swingers, which India struggle against left-handers, and against the Netherlands, of course, not a quality team, but still, the way he took the hat trick, I'm like, buddy, this is a wake up call right now. So yeah.
True. Yeah, yeah. True. Shravana, what do you think? It's a blessing in disguise or what? Well, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, he's not that bad a player to get, struck by an incoming delivery. We know who has that problem and who is trying to overcome that. But Shuman Gill, well, I mean, it's for starters. Well, you never know. Again, at the end of the day, it's an Australian side which is completely different. It's a different animal in a World Cup game. So, I mean, don't be surprised if they
Yes, sir.
Shavanan.
Yeah. Actually, Australia is a very different beast when it comes to World Cups, and given that scenario, they are going to play first game versus India. It's also a very good warm up for them, and they already played two warm up games, and they have clearly used all those resources, and they have seen what they are going to do now. So yeah, in one way, it is a blessing in disguise, and who knows, it's a devil's love also because we are losing a world's number one batter now, just in a very crucial point of time. Um, yeah, losing out Gill is a very bad thing for India, but still we have the firepower in the lineup. We don't know that whether Ishan Kishan can give an explosive start. He went on to score a 200 also against Bangladesh, though it is not a very good opposition to compare with Australia, but still he got those runs in his belt. So whether Ishan Kishan will go straight away from ball one to hit out the game, or else he will got out. So that's how his game plan would be. Uh, what I can feel is India might miss a left-hander in that middle order because we don't have the left-hander now. After the open, if Ishan Kishan opens the innings with Rohit Sharma, there will be no left-hander. Only Jadeja will be left. He will come at number
Well,
7 only.
yeah. So I mean, in case if the situation arises, don't you see them tinkering with who bats at number 5? Maybe, I mean, just send in Jadeja in case if the situation needs be. Do you think they're gonna make that bolder move in such an important juncture of I mean, it's a starting point basically in the tournament?
I mean,
No, I don't think
I
so. They
don't think
might do that.
that's a good thing with
Yeah.
the person who is out of form, right? And also yesterday you have seen uh, how the way Markram played. So you need an explosive player over there. Like after, if you are like playing, if the if you have wickets in hand even after 30-35 overs, you need a acceleration at that time. So honestly, I don't know Jadeja, can he
Yeah.
do the acceleration like Markram? I think he's capable of accelerating. If he's like after like at the last 5 overs, he can uh, in the last 5 overs he can play like 15-20 balls and he can score like
True.
35-40 runs. So that's the
True.
acceleration we can
True.
expect from Jadeja, not a fastest century. It's like Markram did. So
Mm.
I feel it's better to uh,
True. True.
leave it to better players in that position.
Yeah, even Indian fans don't expect Jadeja to hit a fastest century, but all they need is some batting prowess from him. In the recent time, he's not that much good with the bat. Also, India will be lacking that what do you say? Power packed finisher now. Even Hardik Pandya is taking some time to settle down, and then but he when he stays after the 40 overs, then he can go bonkers, but not right from the ball when we know that before the captain Pandya, he was a different player. He was an outright finisher then. But after he became that captain of Gujarat Titans, he's not that much explosive. He's just taking some time, and he's a proper number 4 batsman. He's playing like that now. Also in Jadeja, given his recent woes to the batting, uh, we might lack that what do you say an outright finisher, but still, given if you say if in 30 overs we just 125 for 3, then we can try out Jadeja there because we need some floating order. Uh, and India, given Ashwin can swing his bats a bit, so I think it's a winning the toss and bat first wicket only. Traditionally, Chennai will play it like that, and uh, but after seeing that yesterday's game
Ash-
against South Africa and Sri Lanka in Delhi, I really don't know what to expect in Chennai today.
Well, I mean, Ashwin might take a bit of an offense when if he hears you saying he would throw his bat around. He doesn't throw his bat around. He plays proper cricketing shots. Actually, you know, I mean, actually, he used to open for Tamil Nadu. Do you know that?
Yes, he did
Yeah,
something.
that's
Yeah,
true. But again, like if it's
yeah.
100 for 6, you won't hope
No,
Ashwin to
forget
come
about
and
it.
swing.
I mean,
100% you won't
honestly,
expect them to bat.
I mean, you can't even expect. I mean, expect even a Jadeja or a Hardik to maybe to some extent solidify the position, but it's going to be way too difficult. I
Mhm.
mean, that is again hypothetical. So, I mean, what I see is it's going to be the same 11 that we have been discussing since ages now.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah.
Shreyas comes in. It's going to be if Gill misses out, then it's going to be Ishan, Rohit, Virat, Shreyas, KL, Hardik, Jadeja, Kuldeep, Ashwin, Bumrah, Siraj. Yeah, that's it. That's 11.
Yeah,
Right?
that's the
Right.
best possible one you can
Is,
say.
is there somebody missing out? I don't think so. Because it's
No.
Chennai,
Like,
you play horses for
yeah,
courses, you get in Ashwin and leave out Shami.
leave
Yes,
out Shami. Yeah.
definitely.
But tell me
Yeah.
something like with uh, uh, with people like Shreyas Iyer, in the previous podcast also we were saying that, right? His weakness against short balls is very obvious, right? Even if you remember uh, 10 years or
The
15
third
years
ODI.
ago, uh,
Oh, okay, okay.
yeah, in the 10 years, 15 years ago, Suresh Raina used to have a problem, and every team were like literally starting with that, and
Yes.
it used to become
Yes.
obvious. So I
Yeah, yeah,
feel
yeah.
with Shreyas Iyer and uh, Australian bowlers who have the ability to bounce the ball properly with that proper pace. Do you think from that angle would you go with Surya, considering yesterday's Markram's
Well,
innings, the way he gave the finishing touch?
okay, the thing is, I mean, it did, gave me a bit of a thought where, well, if Markham can play, then you should have somebody, in your ranks who could turn things around that way. Because eventually, it will take your score to a different level. Just imagine
Hmm.
if Virat and Rohit score, one scores 100 and the other scores an 80, let's say, all right? And you have somebody like Surya from fifth or sixth position coming and scoring 100. It's just going to propel your score to the next level. Okay, you might
And
just end up at around 370 or 380.
exactly, imagine if South Africa, if Markram didn't have that proper acceleration, South Africa would have ended like 360, 370, and Sri Lanka would be in with a chance. It's not like Sri Lanka
Well, they
got
would have
out.
fans. Look, I'll tell you something. I mean, the reason why Sri Lanka played fearless cricket was because they thought they had nothing to lose. Because
Could be, yeah.
when you have to score those 420 odd runs, then you have that in the back of the mind, right? Okay, I'm not going to be bothered now. Let me just go and, like the famous quote in the Indian carriers, express yourself, right? So they express themselves basically, right? They just went out, went after the bowling, because I've never seen Kushal Mendis play that sort of a knock. The way he played, he was
Mhm.
76 off for some 34 balls or something when I had a look at the score
40
actually.
something.
And
Yeah.
yeah, so basically 320 they ended up scoring. So they would have fancied, maybe they would have definitely gone up with the same mindset. But again, when you have 420 in your back to defend, then teams do get a bit complacent as well. uh, I mean, South Africa did bowl well, but eventually it was more of the stroke play that was giving them the wickets, because obviously there were some good balls as well. But yeah, I think, like, again, just to bring that point, zeroing on that point again, 360, 370, if teams with proper intent go after a chase, then I don't think it's going to be impossible. It can be chased down, because you saw that in in Ferozshah Kotla, where it has to be traditionally a spin friendly wicket. Okay, and that wasn't the
Mhm.
case to be, because there were odd balls here and there, but then again it was really good for batting for the whole lot of 100 overs. So I mean, you can expect wherever you go. So we'll have to wait and see how this wicket pans out, because Dharamshala, okay, I was expecting Dharamshala to give some bounce early on in the innings and stuff. But it was the spinners at the end of the day who got the wickets. Normally, even during the middle innings, spinners come into play in Dharamshala as well, because out of the four games that were played in Dharamshala, three were won by team batting second, wherein they were chasing some paltry total, 126 something, 114 by Sri Lanka, 130 by England, and 240 odd something by India. So it's there are totals to be chased down in Dharamshala, and I think that's going to be. I mean, it's going to be the same case today in Chennai as well. But on the flip side, this wicket traditionally offers spin, so we'll have to wait and see how much spin it offers in the second innings. Shavanan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also coming to this Surya Kumar Yadav and Shreyas Iyer, I would say that if you compare both the batters like Shreyas Iyer and Surya Kumar Yadav, Shreyas Iyer plays spin better than Surya, because Surya is playing like he just knows only one shot against the spinners. That is
Sweep.
sweep shot, and he's going to try
Yeah.
the sweep shot for all the six balls. That is what I think he need to adapt while playing this ODI innings. And he did played a good knocks in that Australian series, but still he's he's not that much good batter in this place it tracks like Chennai, because we don't know what Chennai is going to offer today. Yesterday it was raining, today it was very hot and sunny, so the pitches should help the spinners traditionally there. And expect if Shubman Gill is fit, straight away I will field with Shubman and Rohit at the opening, and 4 and 5 will be KL Rahul and Ishan Kishan. Shubman Gill is not fit, so I'm just going like whether who can play spin better. If it is Shreyas Iyer or Surya Kumar Yadav, so I'm going with Shreyas Iyer. That's all. Uh, giving no harm to Surya. I know he's a very good hitter and he can be a very good finisher, but he can't do that, like do what yesterday Markham did. And Markram is a very good player off spin, and he just came out of nowhere. Even Sri Lankans didn't expect him to be like that, because they were prepared like for Henrik Larsson or David Miller, but Markram just came out of syllabus like what Sachin Ravindra did
True.
against England. So this World Cup is like the unexpected things are really going out of hands
No, again,
right from the first
Markram.
game.
Look, the thing is, Markram is not that slow. I mean, if the same innings was played by a Van der Dusen for that matter, then I would definitely have my eyebrows raised. But Markram, well, if he decides to get on the attack, then he really does. I mean, because he has shots in the book. He has a wide range of shots, basically. I mean, some of the strikes, they were so crisp and clear. They were clearing the field like anything. I mean, like, it was with ease. He was clearing all those
Yes.
boundaries, basically. So, I mean, it was a treat to watch so early on in the competition. A 49 ball 100, few world records here and there. I mean,
Mhm.
that's a nice thing to happen. I mean, it actually sets a template for the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, and also India needs to ensure that they win with high margin, because New Zealand won with high margin, so net run rate is like literally skyrocketing. And at the same time, same thing with South Africa, Pakistan
Yeah.
also, they won with a good margin. So
Yeah, I
India
mean,
needs to ensure that they don't lose.
well, actually, I'll tell you something. Right now, it's all about getting that momentum. Okay, if we win the
Mhm.
first game and if we win the third game, okay, the momentum is gonna drive us through to the knockouts, regardless who plays. Okay, I mean, even
Mhm.
if you rest some of the top guns, okay, right, give them some rest, right, let's recover, prepare for the next game and stuff like that. I think the momentum will drive, because if you beat Australia in a World Cup, that is going to be a different high altogether. And then if you beat Pakistan, okay, then you will have that monkey of the back straight away. All right, you know what, we have got two big games out of the way, now six more to go, let's go and do the job. So any team to qualify will have to have 6 games won, right? So if you win 7 games, then you will be in a much better position, much comfortable position. So simple as that. So
Mhm.
yeah, net run rate definitely will come into effect, provided there are rains and stuff like that. Because if you remember last World Cup, I mean, one of the Pakistan game got washed out, and then that actually, and the first game that they played, they had a heavy margin of defeat against the West Indies, so that cost them a knockout spot basically.
Mhm.
So yeah, I mean, uh, you're right in terms of keeping the net run rate, but if you think about that net run rate in the first game against Australia, and overemphasize on winning by a big margin, then I think you would end up
It will
making
put
some
some
mistakes here and
unwanted
there,
pressure also.
playing some rash. Yeah,
Mhm.
you're right. So so let's approach the game with a clear head, complete open canvas, go on, play the game, try to win it. If it happens, if somebody bowls a brilliant spell in the middle, then you just go for the kill and then grab those extra points. I mean, you never know, maybe if you bundle out Australia for 170, let's say, try and chase that down in 25 overs, you know
Right.
so
Tell me
you can do
something
that.
like
Hmm.
this tournament. It looks like batting first is a better
Yes.
idea. Even in England game, it's not that England lost because of due and everything, because of the
Hmm.
short selections and all those things. They left
True.
like 50-60 runs out there. So,
Yes.
but otherwise it would have been like a batting first is the
Hmm.
way to go for every team.
Yes, because if you have had a opportunity to look at how the teams are preparing and even the grounds. I mean, the pitches are fantastic. Let's be realistic about it. Afghanistan got bundled out for 156 because there was some horrendous shot making in the middle. Because they were cruising along at one stage with 15. After the end of 15 overs, 83 for one, and then they lost a wicket, and then the next four wickets were gone in the space of 29 runs after they had played 10 or 11 overs. Okay, so it was just because Hashmatullah Shahidi, that Shravanan's favorite, we've always discussed here, he just doesn't score runs, right? That actually gave him, put a lot of pressure on Gurbaz. If you're scoring
Mhm.
30, playing 38 balls and scoring 15 runs or something, Gurbaz was taken, by surprise. All right, the run rate which was around 5.75 has come down all the way to 4.5 or 4.68, then what do you expect? He went after the bowling and got himself out. And then Gurbaz tried his best, and he got out. And then it was curtains from there on, because nobody could held on to the innings or play that anchor's role properly. So Shahidi, if you are going there with a mindset to play an anchor's role, then play an anchor's role. 65 ball 50, I'll still take it, rather than you wasting 40 balls, getting 15 and then getting out. You know, that puts everybody under pressure, and that's exactly what happened. Because 250, 255, 60, something like that, then it was game on. Because they would, and plus they were terrible in the field as well. They dropped two catches of I think I don't know who it was, somebody who scored a 50, I guess. I saw Mujib putting out a casual effort, down the deep third man, putting try to stick around a hand, and then it just came and then hit the hand and arm, and went away. So basically they were casual. So I'll discount the Afghanistan Sri Lanka game for now. But the other three games that have been played so far, it looks like a batting first thing. Go on and score, because even if the dew factor comes in, it's going to be very late. It's going to be 8:30ish. It's not going to be 7 or 6:30 or 7:30, nothing like that. Why? Because we haven't gone into that winter mode as yet. Because winters will come into play in November. It's still October, right? So
Right.
completely different. It's the end of the autumns in some places and beginning of winters. It's that sort
Still
of a
summer in Chennai.
yeah, it's neither here nor there, because it was sunny in Hyderabad. Okay, it's it stays sunny till 4:30. Same case in Chennai. So it's going to take time basically. Maybe November games will have major impact of the dew starting early, probably let's say 7:30 onwards. But right now, even till 8:30, it's still an equal game. I mean, if you've got runs on the board, then you will try and utilize those 1.5 2 hours of play that can happen in the second innings, and try to knock that top order out as soon as possible, so that you can try and put pressure with runs on the board, with net run rate, required run rate going up. You can do those sort of things basically.
Yeah, basically in India, if you're winning the toss, going to bat first is a viable option. Only thing,
Yeah,
if it is not overcast, just go bat first. If it is overcast,
yeah.
then you can decide it, because the duckworth will come into play. The ball will get some extra second. Otherwise, it is a bat first track only in all the Indian conditions, irrespective of the venues and whatever the conditions are.
If you're playing in really really heavy winters in Delhi, then I would suggest, all right, win the toss and bowl first. Okay, because obviously dew will come in, and then you have overcast conditions in Delhi or in Dharamshala, or maybe Mohali is not there anymore. So in those type of places up north, wherein the ball can do a bit, those proper red soil wickets and stuff. So do that. In again, it's horses for course. Sorry, it's the situation basically. I mean, it's not going to suit for this month, because this is still October, November. So I would say win the toss, bat first, score those runs, and then try and defend it. I mean, simple as that basically. Because the problem is, if you lose a couple of wickets in a chase of, let's say, 350, 99% you're going to lose it. It's going to be very rare. How many times have we seen scores in excess of 350 chase down with these? Very few, right? Teams have started to fancy chasing 350 now. It doesn't mean they are going on and chasing every game. No, it's one game in maybe, let's say, 10, or two games in 10 matches,
Yeah,
wherein
the
teams
probability is
chasing
very less.
350 would go on and win it. But probability is very less, because 300 still in this day and age is a big score if the conditions are equal. If it is
Yeah,
completely
one or two
if it's
tight
due,
overs here and there,
if the
it's the end
ball,
of the game.
yeah, if the ball has become a soap, you know, then obviously you'll find it difficult to control the ball, handle it, and stuff like that. And then you have power hitters, power play, and everything taken into consideration. 350 is chaseable in the second innings, but if nothing is happening, right, then still 300 is a big score. If two wickets up top, then that 300 becomes 340 straight away.
Mhm.
So I still consider winning the toss and batting first is definitely a good option. I think
That's
there was somebody who said this in big games. You'll always have to keep in mind, win the toss, bat first.
Yes.
If that doesn't happen, then the second thing is win the toss and bat first. I'm actually forgetting the proper quote he said. I heard this from Vikrant Gupta. So he said, "There's no other way." 'Cause I think the team was criticized when we opted to field first in the champion.
2003 World Cup.
2003 World Cup. Yeah.
No, no. I'm talking about the Test Championship. Yeah,
Okay,
2003
yeah.
also. But this is the
Yeah.
line that they used. I'll tell you something. I have this funny history of remembering things. 1996, we made the same blunder. Okay, won the toss and fielded first in Eden Gardens, wherein we knew that the wicket is going to tear in the second half. Okay, we
Right.
took the chance of fielding first. 1999 in the Super Six game against Australia, which was the crucial game, and we had to win it at all cost. Okay, it was played at Oval, so because Sachin actually had scored two big hundreds while chasing in Sharjah. So the Indian management went with the thought that okay, let's win the toss. I mean, if we win the toss, we'll bat first, we'll bowl
I
first.
mean, the thing
The
is, the
condition, yeah,
chasing is difficult. Would explain that 99 World Cup game against Zimbabwe, the way India collapsed
of
in the
course.
end, right
And
close to the target.
let me tell you something. Those were better conditions to bat compared to what it was against Australia at Oval.
Hmm.
Okay, so I mean, it was a complete lackluster performance against Zimbabwe because the bowlers, I mean, they gave 50 extras. I saw that game ball by ball as a 8 year or 9 year old kid. I saw that game ball by ball from start to finish. Okay, 54 extras were conceded in that game. Okay, and then India got to a poor start. Okay, I think 54 for three something, and there was a good partnership I think between Jadeja and Sadagopan Ramesh. Ramesh was batting really well, and then suddenly he got out. Okay, after his 50, maybe complacency or what, I don't know. So after that, there was another partnership that, and he actually had put India in driver's seat at that point of time. There was a good 80, 90 run or 100 run partnership that was staged between Robin Singh and Ramesh or Jadeja Ramesh. I don't exactly remember. I think it's Jadeja Ramesh. And then it just fell apart right towards the end. So that even though they were good batting, because once you have that pressure on you, right, in big circumstances, and then don't compare. We cannot compare this 90s team to this team. 90s team, anything over 250 was, I was 110% sure they would lose the game because I've seen this over years, especially against Pakistan in 90s. If Pakistan scored anything around 220, 230 plus, then there were no chance for India to go on and win the game. Pakistan, or be it for that matter, anybody. There was a very famous tagline that had actually started people when they were asked during 1999 World Cup, because there was something like, India used to be in very good positions right throughout the match, and then they used to find some way of losing it somehow. Okay, so people used to come on those interviews and say, okay, on the roads and stuff, all the best, good luck, do well, and please don't lose matches when you're on the winning streak. Okay, that was actually sort of a slogan or a mantra, because the team had actually started to lose those games, because there was nobody that reliant, especially in the late 90s. If Sachin got out, then that's it. you know Odd
Again,
game, you'll have performances from Jadeja or Robin.
Azharuddin or
you know
Azharuddin here and
so
there. Yeah.
Azharuddin, yes, yeah, Azharuddin here and there. So, but again, that's what I think. But this team is completely different. But having
Hmm.
said that, 350 on any given day to chase down would be a difficult task.
True.
So, guys, win the toss, bat first.
yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
that should be the game plan. Nothing. No other questions here.
At least get
Right.
up to 270 or 280.
Yeah, if you're playing Ashwin, then I actually feel a sense of security when Ashwin is in the team. Whether he does well or not, it doesn't matter. But I want Ashwin to be in the team because he has that mind that even if he's not bowling well, then he will actually make somebody else bowl well. I mean, I have that confidence in him basically. So it gives you that sort of extra cushion to have him. You never know, because he would do one extraordinary bit here and there, and then bowl that one magical ball and get somebody out, or at least man card.
Right.
He can at least
Yeah,
contain the bowlers, batters actually. Go for
yeah.
minimum number of runs, even though if he's not picking any wickets.
So you
Yeah.
must have seen that documentary, right? That Bando Mein Tha Dam, regarding that India series in Australia.
Yeah, on Sony Live. Yeah, Sony
Yeah,
Live. Yeah.
so in that, more than the performances of players, Ashwin's leadership was, commendable at that time, based on what people
Mhm.
were saying. So that is also one asset for Indian team, like Ashwin's leadership inputs and all
Mhm.
those things.
True.
Yeah. So it's completely sorted out now, and the off-field talks are over. It's time to action on the on-field.
Yeah, guys, I think it's going to be toss. Do you want to
Yes,
continue or we can wrap it up?
can wrap it up.
I I think we can wrap it up.
We can wrap it up and we'll try and join. If at all, we'll see if it happens today. After the game, we'll try and do a live session, a live stream. Otherwise, we can circle back anyways tomorrow. But let's try to make it like, after. I mean, if at all that can happen for at least 15 minutes, we'll try to do a small live stream and then we'll see how it goes. Okay?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Perfect. Perfect, guys. See you around. I just need to switch on the TV. I can't find the
Yes.
remote. Take care.
Yeah. Bye.
Yeah.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye. See you guys.
Thank you.